Hello everyone, welcome to part 1 of Blood Vessels Explained. Did you know that each of us have about 60,000 miles of blood vessels in our bodies? That's enough to wrap around the Earth's equator twice. In this lesson, we will cover the properties of arteries and veins, which are the two types of blood vessels. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's recap our definitions of arteries and veins. So we know that arteries carry blood away from the heart, right? Okay, so let me write that down. So, away from the heart. And veins carry blood to the heart. To the heart. And now let's identify some misunderstandings so we're all on the same page. Well, if you look at a textbook image of the circulatory system, you'll find that the arteries are shaded red and the veins are shaded blue. This has led to the common misunderstanding that arteries carry oxygenated blood while veins carry deoxygenated blood. While this is true for most of the time, there are some exceptions. Let us consider the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary vein. Even though the blood from the pulmonary artery, which is this one here, is deoxygenated, it is still called an artery because the blood is being carried away from the heart. So not all arteries carry oxygenated blood. Same case for the pulmonary vein, okay? The pulmonary vein, which is this here. And it carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. And even though veins are associated with deoxygenated blood, this vein is carrying oxygenated blood. So not all veins carry deoxygenated blood. So it's safe to stick with the definition that the artery carries blood away from the heart and the veins carry blood to the heart. Okay, I can't stress this enough. This is very, very important. So that's all the myths debunked. But there are other ways we can distinguish arteries from veins. For example, arteries are exposed to high pressure because they come directly from the heart. So let me just write that down. So high pressure. High pressure. So this means that if you cut an artery during an accident or something, the blood will actually spurt out because there's a high pressure exerted on the walls of the artery. This pressure varies based on where its location is in the body. So for example, the artery known as the aorta, which is the biggest artery in the body, is exposed to higher pressures than the capillary beds in your fingers. We will talk more about capillary beds in future videos. The veins, on the other hand, are exposed to much lower pressures than the arteries. So let me just write that down. Low pressure. Low pressure. But what the veins lack in pressure, they make up in volume. Okay? So veins have a much higher volume than arteries. High volume. But what does this mean? Well, the veins contain a lot more blood than the arteries do. It's actually known that they contain 65% of the blood in your body at any given point. So let me just write that down. So it holds 65%. That's a lot if you think about it. On the other hand, the arteries only contain 15%. So first let me write this down as low volume. Low volume. So yeah, 15%. 15, okay, that's nothing compared to the 65%. And 15% is 50% less than 65. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because arteries need that high pressure and that low volume to be able to force that blood around the body. You might be wondering, where's the other 20%? Well, 5% in capillaries, and we'll talk more about that in the next video. 5% in your heart, and 10% in your lungs. Veins have something that arteries don't have. Okay, veins have valves, and we've discussed about valves for several times in previous videos. And this is how they look like. So imagine this is a vein. Okay, a vein. Then there would be valves like this. And veins need valves because remember that they don't have a high pressure. So there's nothing that's pushing them towards the heart. And that's what the valves do. They push the blood towards the heart. This is a short video, but it's all you need to know for the next video, where we'll be looking at different kinds of arteries and different kinds of veins. We'll be following it along its journey around the body and back to the heart. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Bye for now.